Sugarlicious, so nutritious, delicious, cooking with sugar. Cooking with sugar.
Thank you for tuning in to Cooking with Sugarlious. And today's show, it's sliders, 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 all the way from coast to coast. We're going to be having fajita sliders, sloppy joe sliders, vegetarian sliders, you name it sliders, we're going to be doing. We're going to slide in to 2014, and every day is going to be a home run. Some days it's going to be a double. Some days will be a single. Some days will be a triple. But you know what? You are on the winning team this year in everything you do. Why not be on the winning team of cooking? So with Cooking with Sugarlicious, the first that I'm going to be doing is a skirt steak. Now the skirt steak is used for fajitas, and it's a steak that cooks really quick, very quickly it cooks. And so you don't have to do a lot of marinating. You can marinate 10 minutes. And to this, I've already marinated this, and the marinade basically was apple cider vinegar, garlic powder, kosher salt, ground black pepper, and a little Worcestershire. And that was the marinade that I used for this particular flake steak. And so because it's already been marinated, to the griddle, I'm going to just place it right on there, and I've already oiled it. So it's nice, it's hot, you can hear the sizzle, you can smell. I wish we had smell-o-vision, because you can smell this, and this smells just simply delicious. And while the skirt steak is cooking, I'm going to also be getting ready for the next slider that I'm going to be doing. And you know, I'm just going to check this real quick because it has been marinated. Look at that. Doesn't take very long. So you want to make certain first your temperature is up high, not to where it's smoking and burning, but simply browning and searing. You want to sear the juices in, and then you can flip it. Okay? And while the steak is on, I am going to add my bell pepper, my red pepper, my onion, right to the grill, because I want them to be soft. And I'm also going to add some mushrooms. Now remember, when you're cooking with mushrooms, that you don't wash them, but you dry them off with a paper towel. You just wipe them off with a paper towel, and you can use the entire mushroom. Use the stem. Don't throw away anything. Use it all. And so if you're going to be having one person, 100 people, you're going to do the same thing. And what you're going to do is add the mushrooms to the grill. And again, making certain that the temperature and the oil is at the right temperature to sear the juices into the meat, as well as to soften the vegetables that's on there. So some of you say, I don't like bell pepper. Well, you know what? If you get the roasted peppers, whether they're the green, the orange, the red, the yellow, make it colorful. And if they don't like the green because they associate the green with being a bell pepper, well, you can let them know that the other pepper is a sweet pepper. It's not just a bell pepper. It's a sweet pepper. So you want to check this again. Oh, it looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Keep your vegetables moving around. Today's show is sliders. And this is the first slider that we're going to be doing. And remember, the best part of the slider, which is really the best part of any burger or sandwich, if you want to make that home run this year, if you want to have a touchdown at night, remember the bread. We have a potato bread. We have just a dinner roll bread, and then we have the onion and sesame bread. So what these actually are, they're simple dinner rolls. I don't know how many of you remember or even know about White Castles, but this is the first slider I ever had. I was about 8 years old in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and it was called a White Castle burger. And it basically was just the meat, onion, a pickle, and that was it. And guess what it cost? 9 cents. It wasn't even 10 cents. It was 9 cents. And oh, could we eat a lot of them. Today, I think they're 39 cents. Okay, I'm going to check this again. I'm going to flip it. You see how it's nice and it's seared. The peppers, you can just take a pepper. Nice, soft, but still crisp. So, I am now going to add the buns to the grill. And what I did is a variety right at one time. This can still be moved over a little bit to accommodate the rest of the bread. Now these is ready to actually be taken off. So I'm going to remove the vegetables because they are already soft. So I don't want to get them mushy, but I want them to be tender. And you just sample the onion, the bell pepper, the sweet pepper, and now what we're doing is browning the bread. And this is one, you know what I'm going to do? Because I want to be sampled, I'm going to do one of the dinner rolls. Because pretty much everybody knows what a dinner roll tastes like. So that's the dinner roll, the potato roll, and the onion and garlic. And so I'm going to set this to the side with the vegetables to the side. Now what I'm going to do is the mixture for the Sloppy Joe slider. And if you have leftover ground beef, I'm going to bring this to the camera. If you have leftover ground beef, you really don't know what to do with it, get you a taco seasoning. Open up the taco seasoning packet, put the packet in. Get your favorite salsa. It might come in a jar. Where's the other one that I have? Or it might come in a plastic container like this here. Whichever is your favorite to use, you're going to add that mixture to the ground beef. If you don't eat beef, use ground turkey. So it's still the same way. If you don't use beef, use the ground turkey. And this is what's been in the refrigerator. It's left over. You brown it. And to that, you're going to add a packet of the taco seasoning. You're going to add a half a cup of your salsa. And then you're going to add a quarter cup or a half a cup of water. And you're just going to let it all simmer in. And it's going to look like this. Now, you don't want to do all of that? That's fine. Go to the store, get you a jar. It says Sloppy Joe Mix, or container. It says Sloppy Joe Mix. It has everything in it that you need. Open the jar, pour it in the pan, let it simmer about 20 minutes. Then add the meat to that. Sloppy Joe's is ready. Again, I'm trying to do everything in one bag. Let me check the bread. Everything in one bag, everything at one time. Now we can turn it down. When you check your buns, they're nice and brown. Turn it down. Everything is ready. And that takes care of that. So what I'm gonna do, take the buns off. Beautiful. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. That is the way we like it. Nice and brown. Toasted. Let's see how these are looking. All right. Ooh, it's hot. The tops. Very good. Nice and brown. Now we're turning down the grill. All right. We're going to put these to the side. Now, you can assemble your sliders if you'd like, or you can have all of the condiments to the side in separate dishes, and the meats that you're going to use for the sliders on separate trays. Let me try this. Turn this over. Oh my gosh. This is so beautiful. Give it a little try here. Now, I like my steak medium well. Medium rare. So you want to just cut into it slightly just to see. Another way to tell if you pinch it or squeeze it and it's still real soft, it's more rare. If you go to the center and it doesn't give you a lot of playback, it's about medium. And then if you go and there's nothing at all, which this isn't, but if it happens that way, then it's well. So you can have your well, your medium rare, all in one piece of meat. And then that way what you want to do is take it pretty much off of the actual heat. You've turned the grill just simply to warm. You have your buns already ready. You have your veggies. I'm going to put these over here. And what I did is that I baked some chicken strips. And to the chicken strips, I simply just added poultry seasoning, sage, kosher salt, and black pepper. So then after that, I pulled some of the chicken. What you want to do, just take a little bit. Now remember, it's already cooked. So all I'm doing is warming it. Take the chicken, put it on the grill, and this is just off of chicken strips. So you have a chicken strip. You have the chicken strips, and the chicken strips that I marinated, which is going to be for a stir fry, but it's still the same chicken strips. I just pulled them out of the marinade, put them in a pan, 350 in the oven, and that was for about 25 minutes. I checked them for their doneness because I knew they were going to be cooking for a while. And see, I'm going to be serving in sternal. Now remember, when you serve in the chafing dishes or you're serving in the crock pots, the meat still continues to cook and you don't want to dry them out. So instead of pouring water on everything, I use vegetable broth or either the beef broth or the chicken broth. So then that way you have not destroyed your flavorings and the seasonings you've already put in your meat. So this is the same marinated chicken breast that I put in these chicken breasts and I put in the oven. Then I pulled them and now I have them on the grill. Let me wash this because I touched the chicken with it. So, I just wanted to show you that it's still marinating, and the reason why it's still marinating is because I have another dish that I'm going to be using that with, and it's still very cold. So now for the chicken, for the sliders, all I'm doing, this is the shredded chicken, and all I'm doing is taking 2 of the chicken strips and putting them